everyone, thanks again for tuning into Susan's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking about Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. So this is a book, they say it's perfect if you are a fan of Caraval or The Night Circus. I have read neither of those. I really do want to read both of those, so I really was intrigued with the story. It did seem like it was somewhat gothic, and I think that's what was key for me. But as I was reading it, it was clear it was a character-driven story, which, again, that is not a hindrance to me. I love character-driven stories. Sometimes I think I prefer them to plot-driven stories because there's a lot more time to focus in on the characters and the character development, the character growth. That being said, this Hotel Magnifique did not accomplish that for me. I was somewhat disappointed when I was reading it. To be perfectly honest, much of this story is just inconsequential. It's very forgettable. It was a very forgettable story. I just saw this TikToker talking about how The Night Circus is just vibes. You're just reading vibes. And I wish I could even say that. Pardon me. I wish I could just say that this is just vibing. Like, you're reading this just for the vibes for Hotel Magnifique. Except, like I said, it's really rather boring. Johnny is the most infuriating character in the world. At first, I thought I was going to love her. She gets her sister. They both interview for positions at Hotel Magnifique. Her sister gets a position as a singer, but she doesn't. And she is unwilling to leave her young 13-year-old sister alone, and with good reason. And so I love that about her. She is kind of determined. I thought I was going to love her personally, but I did not. God. She is very demanding, unrelenting, stubborn, annoying, and incredibly reckless. She was so annoying. I just wanted to tell her to shut up half the time. And I like when Belle did tell her to just be quiet. She's so demanding. Once they get into Hotel Magnifique, after she kind of cons her way in there, she doesn't do what she's told. She's all like, oh, I need to protect my sister. I need to protect my sister. And it's just like, the caveat for you to stay here and keep an eye on your sister is you have a job to do. So, do your job. But she doesn't even do that, Instead, she shirks her duties and she pretty much just does anything and anything she can. She's like, well, I have to find my sister. I have to find my sister. It's like, you guys have been there for a day. You have a job to do. Your sister has a job to do. It's like, your sister's been gone for a day. Relax. You guys are both in the Hotel Magnifique. Belle is helping you keep an eye on her. Where is all this anxiety and anxiousness coming from? It just seemed so. I just wanted to slap her half the time. And basically everything she does, instead of helping protect her sister, she ends up endangering her sister more and more and more. And it's like, oh my God, just stop it. Just stop it. You get her actions are there to drive the plot forward, but it was very annoying because it also doesn't offer up a lot of character growth or character development. I mean, she is the same from beginning to end, and it's just like, why are you being rewarded for your recklessness? Like, yes, I will say this. She did end the tyranny of Hotel Magnifique. There was a lot of dark magic going there. But again, it was her acting reckless. Her curiosity just didn't make sense. I could feel like, oh, you're just acting this way to drive the plot forward. I want more story development. I want more character development. Her relationship with Belle, I think Belle, again, could have been a very interesting character, but there's little to no character development for him either. I wanted more. I really wanted so much more, because this was clearly a character-driven story. I mean, the character's acting in a way that's stupid and reckless in order to drive the plot forward, and I just wasn't here for it, to be perfectly honest. I wanted to like the book much more than I actually did, especially because it was voted the Book of the Month winner on my website. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm here for it, and I just was not here for it after I read it. I was very disappointed. I really thought I was going to love this book. I mean, the cover gave me, it's a beautiful cover. And I got a lot of gothic vibes out of it. I got a lot of magical vibes out of it. I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be a book I'm totally going to love, given the premise. I think if there had been a little bit more development in the story, and I think if the story hadn't been so focused on being character-driven, and I think if there had been like a healthy mix of plot-driven and character-driven elements to the story, as well as some actual character development and growth, I would have enjoyed the story a lot more than I actually did. I mean, I did finish it. I did read it. I did read it from beginning to end, so that's saying something. But I really just wanted so much more from it. So I was disappointed. So this book gets a solid 3 out of 5 stars. I finished it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I liked the magic system. And again, I wish there had been a little bit more devotion to exploring the magic system. It's like, oh, they have to use a certain keys, you know? And these people have magic. Some people are born with magic, and they can access a certain magical key, and then they can do something interesting with this key. Or something lame, you know, like heat water. But I wanted a little bit more devotion to that, because as the story's going, it takes forever to develop, and then I feel like it ended way too quickly. I will say this, I did listen to this book as an audiobook, so maybe that is a reason I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. But I'm telling you that because maybe you're thinking, oh, well, she listened to it. Maybe if I read it, I might enjoy it better. Maybe that's true, because you absorb information, you absorb stories in such different ways versus reading. To even the difference between reading ebooks and physical books and audiobooks, you absorb information so much differently depending on how you read. I mean, there have been studies. So maybe me listening to it as an audiobook was not the right decision for this particular story. Maybe I would have enjoyed it better if I had actually read the physical book. This is why I like getting physical books better. I think I do enjoy reading physical books much more than audiobooks or ebooks. But, that being said, 3 out of 5 stars. That's the most I can give it. I cannot give it any more. There was lots of potential, which is why I can't just give it anything less than 3. It wasn't like god-awful. I did finish it, but it was boring. It was ultimately quite forgettable. I did struggle writing the review because I'm just like, what happened in this book again? It was forgettable for me. I'm sorry. So, yes, once again, 3 out of 5 stars. If you want to purchase the book, I will include links in the description below on where to purchase. And on that note, please continue to support me by liking the podcast, sharing it with all your book-loving friends, and subscribing to it. You can also become a supporter on Buy Me Coffee, Ko-fi, Patreon, by purchasing one of my handmade candles or following any of my social media platforms. Links to everything in the description. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.